Hey there! Happy first day of October! Today we're going to be doing a very simple DIY video to start the month off with. We're going to be doing a little spooky box, and inside is going to be some chocolate covered strawberries that are going to be dipped to look like a pumpkin, a mummy, and one of them is going to be black with some red drip to make it look like blood. And then we're also going to be making a chocolate brain, so we can crack that open and inside there's going to be candy. Now this is super quick and easy. You can do this in like half an hour, 45 minutes at tops. You know, you gotta let the chocolate settle. But I really hope you enjoyed this first video. I know it's been a while. I've missed you all so much. Everything you're gonna need will be in the description box down below. Now let's get started on this. Start with some freshly washed strawberries. I put some toothpicks in them to have better control. Something to melt your candy melts, sprinkles, cupcake liners, and your brain mold. I'm gonna start by melting my light pink candy melt and then pouring that in the brain mold. You're gonna want to spread this candy melt all over and get it into all the crevices. Get a nice coat going. Once you've covered it, you can stick it in the freezer for about 5 minutes and then do another layer. Pour your candy melt in there again and spread it around. I recommend doing up to 3 layers if you'd like. I only did 2 for this one. Just spread it around, and once you've gotten it in all the crevices and covered well, stick it back in the freezer until we need it again. Then we're gonna melt some black candy melts for our strawberries. I do it in 30-second intervals and use a popsicle stick to make sure it's nice and smooth. We're gonna get our strawberries again, and then we're gonna start by dipping these in. So just grab your strawberry, dip it in that black candy melt, get a good layer, remove the excess, and then place it back on the sheet pan. And repeat this with all your strawberries. And for this strawberry, we're gonna do some red blood drips on them. Then we're moving on to the white candy melts. These are gonna be for our mummies. So I'm grabbing my strawberries, dipping it in there, and getting a good layer. I also picked out some mummy eyeballs from my sprinkles. So just dip all your strawberries, make sure you get some good coats, remove any of that excess candy melt, and then place it back on the sheet pan. Once done, place your eyeballs on them. One of my eyeballs decided to do a flip while I was trying to place it on there, so that's why it's got only one eye. Once you're done, let it harden. And we're moving on to our orange candy melts. These are gonna be for our pumpkins. So melt it again in 30-second intervals. Make sure it's smooth, and then start dipping your strawberries. You can grab some of that black candy melt to make little faces for these pumpkins, or get creative, or just put some sprinkles. I left mine just plain orange. Once they've hardened, get your white candy melt again. I put it in a little baggie and just started to drizzle some of that on there to make it look like it's wrapped. And repeat this with all your mummy strawberries. And then with that black one, sorry my camera got out of focus, you're gonna get some red candy melt. I put it in a little sandwich bag and then started placing this on there, just creating little drip effects. And then putting it back on the sheet pan to let it harden. Did it one more time, as you can see. Just creating those drips to make it look like blood. And here I got a little bit of a focus, so you can see. And then let them harden in the fridge for a bit while we assemble our box. I put some wax paper down. And then I got this fun festive shredded pepper to put in the box. Just spread it out, cover up your bottom of the box. And then we're gonna get those cupcake liners and our strawberries and start placing them into the box. You can put them in tightly. You can squeeze as many as you can in there. So I grabbed each one and started placing them in, alternating what goes in. And then on the other side, I put some wax paper down again to put some candies in, because that's where our brain's gonna go. You don't necessarily need this if your candy's gonna be wrapped up, but since my candy is loose, I decided to put a little barrier between that paper and the candy. So I'm just placing this all around. I did get these at Target, not sponsored. And just started placing them around, just alternating different gummies and stuff. And once you're done with that, just get your brain out of the freezer. Slowly start removing it from the mold, just pulling from the sides very carefully. Do not worry, if you do break your brain, you can always use some melted candy melt to glue it back together. And then you're just gonna place it in your box covering your candies, and that's it. That's how you make your little spooky box. I hope you guys enjoyed this super easy DIY video. Let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see for October. I got a few ideas, but I'd love to hear from you all as well. I've missed you all so much. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep up to date with all the recipes I post, hit the subscribe button as well so you get notified when a new video goes up. If you want to see pictures of this and everything I do create, I post on Instagram at bakergirlsteph. All my social media links are down below as well. Until next time, stay spooky and stay sweet.